Copy.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Welcome to another MoonDAO Town Hall. This is actually our final town hall of 2025. So we have our normal Thursday town halls are scheduled right on, Christmas Day and New Year's Day. So we'll be taking the next couple weeks off, and this will be our kind of final update for the year, which is, pretty exciting because today we're going to have a little conversation presentation, a little 2025 MoonDAO Wrapped, highlighting some of the pretty awesome accomplishments that we've had over the past year. Was fun taking a look back at some of this stuff with Pablo, just about everything that we have been doing over 2025. Some of it that kind of honestly kind of forgot about, and it's just wild to see everything that we've done. So let me invite Pablo up on stage here. GM Pablo, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah, excited to jump into this kind of little wrap up about some of the metrics and stats and exciting projects and growth that we've had during 2025 for MoonDAO. And head up here on stage, little Spotify influenced MoonDAO wrap. There we go. Cool. I'm gonna take it away, Pablo.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Ryan, for the intro. So we put together a little presentation for the community. 2025 was a big year for us. It was a time where we took a lot of the components that we've been building for a long time and really kind of grew them with the community. And I feel like it's been a very pivotal year for us. So we'll just jump right into it. So I think this kind of captures it in a sentence. We've kind of been progressively going from this maybe more unstructured DAO into something that is providing a useful service and product to the space community. This has been on our roadmap now for the last few years, and 2025 was really the year where this kind of kicked in. By late 2024 is when we launched what we called the network, the Space Acceleration Network. So even a year ago is when we started with this idea of being a citizen of our community. So this is all very new, and within this 1 year, I feel like we've got a lot to be proud of. I guess the biggest metric, or I think something that is very core to MoonDAO, is we've grown to 162 citizens. So these are people from over 30 countries that are subscribing to the tools that MoonDAO has created. So this is like our primitive, to use a I don't know, more nerdy term, but this is like the thing that really represents our community or individuals within our community and gives them a passport to the entire on-chain ecosystem that we've built. And it's not just, it doesn't just include MoonDAO, it also spans to any other on-chain community or on-chain thing. We provision a wallet for people. Simply, we give them easy access to financial rails with on-ramps to Coinbase, easy ways to gain governance power within our community, and also rewards, so people can get rewarded for contributing to MoonDAO. And we've built the whole experience within the MoonDAO app around being a citizen. MoonDAO started with thousands of contributions from all over the world, and those are just wallets. And since then, we've built a whole ecosystem around everything that we've been doing and building and trying to make it easier for people to join the community. So I'm really proud of this, to get to 162 paying citizens is awesome. And this is recurring revenue for the DAO. Yeah, and I think we went from 0 to 1 on this. So yeah, I think now we're just focused on growth and growing this metric. But a year ago, this didn't even exist. So it's pretty cool. The other thing that we rolled out is, so we've got these these citizens from all over the world, and what we wanted to do is connect them with companies, with startups or nonprofits or different groups. It could be student projects even, that are working on interesting things in space and want support. And that support could be in the form of openings. So it could be volunteer opportunities, it could be jobs, or full-time employment, part-time employment. It could be purchasing whatever that company is selling. So supporting them through the marketplace that we've built and using digital assets to pay for those things. So opening up a new avenue of sales for these organizations, avenue of hiring for these organizations. And the thing that we've been really building towards, especially in this last year, are tools for these companies to finance their projects, and that's something we've been really excited about. And so we've grown that side of the network to 20 teams from all over the world, and they're using an on-chain stack that we've helped put together, where we're taking all of the stuff that MoonDAO's used and some things that we've pioneered, and we help organizations enter into the on-chain world. So they have a treasury that they can control. They have roles and permissions that they can activate on chain. So they can actually grow a whole organization using these tools, and then finance their projects, hire from the community, and then ultimately sell their products all within the same platform. So yeah, this has been, I mean, it's a very ambitious thing, and I'm really impressed by the team's ability to handle all kinds of crazy flows. I don't even want to get into just the number of or the amount of complexity that all that stuff entails. But we've been trying to simplify and make it easy to people. And so another cool metric is we've received 23 proposals. So these are groups from ranging from companies that we've partnered with, or research initiatives that we've given grants to, nonprofits that we've worked with, proposals from all kinds of different ideas that have come to the community, that the community has voted on to decide whether or not to fund, or in some cases we've made changes to, for example, the project system, which I'll get into here in a second. But yeah, 23 big decisions that the community has made, and not only that, but we've also done a ton of work in making this governance process simpler. Not only from the voters' perspective and the UI and UX when it comes to voting, but a big goal over the last quarter has been a total I don't know what the right, refactoring maybe is the right word, or building a lot of the tools in-house so that we have a lot more independence over the full governance process. And this has been a really big project, but something I think will really pay dividends for us going forward. So of those 23 proposals, 12 awesome projects have gone through the MoonDAO project system over the past year. We have some examples here. We did a really awesome art rocket project in Brazil. I wonder if I can move my little bubble. I don't know if I can. I think I'm covering it, but yeah, the art rocket project We've a project that started just this quarter, lunar open source rover standards, which I'm really excited about. I think will be really cool. We've helped support ASRI and KUMC, the Kansas University, with their space mice and helping save the space mice. We sent Mooney to the moon. I don't know if you guys remember this, but early 2025. I mean, I remember it obviously, but it feels like that was like years ago. But it was actually this year where we sent a little wallet that actually went to the moon, which is pretty cool. And that'll happen this year. This is one of the figures that shocked me the most. We ran the numbers, and we wanted to figure out how much we've given to projects, either deployed it through our governance and funded the projects directly, or in our rewards program, which is it's a pretty substantial amount of rewards that we give out. So we've given 90,000. So people think that when they make a proposal, the money that they're getting is the money that they've put in the proposal. But really, you'll see here, actually, a majority of the funds that we disperse through MoonDAO are in retroactive rewards. So this is our way of making sure that people do the work that they'll say they'll do and put in the proposal, because we reward them afterwards. So we let the community decide what have been the most impactful projects, and then distribute rewards to them based off that impact. So $184,000 over the whole year to 12 projects. It's a pretty substantial amount. It's like, this number kind of shocked me, to be honest. We have a very generous retroactive rewards program, and our deadline to submit projects or proposals to us is January 15th. So definitely keep that in mind. If you have an idea, if you have something that you'd like to propose to the MoonDAO community for us to fund, maybe it doesn't need a lot of budget upfront, and you'll be part of the retroactive rewards process, which is, again, is pretty generous. So really consider it, check it out, and become a part of the MoonDAO community with your project. So this really has been the main focus for a lot of the day-to-day work that we've been doing, is in building this, what we call the launch pad. So this is a method for teams within the MoonDAO community to raise funds for their projects. And we did a demo. I hesitate to call it a demo because it was pretty, it was impactful, and we raised a good amount of money from over 50 people. We raised over $10,000 in just 30 days. And so, what kind of started out as a demo turned out to be a really, really awesome thing and we've supported the Inspiration for Space Camp and have sponsored things there. And it was a great way also to, become more connected with the Inspiration 4 group. And, Jared Isaacman was recently confirmed here. So awesome news. I think, it's cool to maybe have some level of visibility about the sort of impact and the tools that the MoonDAO community is building within really the top levels of NASA now, which is cool. Some stats on this raise. So we raised over 10K in 30 days. We had 50 contributors. And again, this is just something that we've been working on or demoing within the community, because we want to have a really big launch beginning of 2026. So stay tuned for all of that. We've been working really closely with the team to build towards that, and it's something that 2025 has really laid the foundation for this. And the other thing that I'll note is that it's our strongest path towards sustainable revenue within the DAO. So by helping other groups raise funds and then also operate on chain afterwards after they've raised those funds, which is a key point, we're not only helping them raise money, but then we're also helping them, do everything else that is required of an organization on chain. This is our path to forging sustainable revenue within the DAO. We help them win, we help them raise funds, and then we help them with creating their organization on chain, or having an off-chain, on-chain hybrid, which is totally fine too, but at least having a foot in the door in this kind of new ecosystem that's been developing. Cool. Another thing we wanted to highlight is we had a lot of in real life events. So we're not just nerds hiding in our basements. No, we go outside sometimes and we have fun and get together and drink beers or watch rocket launches and all of that. And we put together a few photos just to highlight some of these events, things that we've done. So in January, we actually went out to see Starship. It was their 33rd Starship launch, and we had a few people from the EB team, the executive branch team. We did kind of an offsite. We worked for a few weeks actually out there in Starbase, Texas. And we also met up with people from the MoonDAO community there too. So it was really cool. Yeah, we did an interview. As you can see, Jade is being interviewed there in the corner, which was really fun. We drank beers. We watched probably the largest rocket on planet Earth, or the largest rocket on planet Earth, which was yeah. Ryan, I see you jumped up. You want to share a little bit about it?
And the catch was just mind blowing. I mean, we were lucky because I don't know, a few of the launches after this attempt, they didn't even have a catch attempt. So we got one of the catch attempts, which was just epic to see. But yeah, it was also just great working together there in person, the core team, and meeting up with a couple of citizens from the MoonDAO community and cool people from around the world too, that came out to, like the guy up here in the top right who flew all the way out from Australia to witness a Starship launch. It's just a really awesome epicenter for the space community, obviously, and was an amazing way to kick off the year here in 2025.
Yeah, and then he joined the MoonDAO community. So
yeah,
good recruitment method there too. But yeah, it's still mind-boggling. The photos really don't do it justice, or the videos. I highly recommend that people, if they get the chance to go see a Starship launch, that they go. And maybe we'll go again this year, and we'll let people know when we'll be out there. But it's really one of these things. It's like a modern day, I don't know, mega project, like one of the largest, most incredible things I've seen in my life. So. Yeah.
And yeah, to get so close too, I don't know how long that's going to be possible. As things keep getting built up, you might see, I know walls have gone up, I think, since we were there even. But yeah, as you can see in that top middle photo, we had a group there. Oh yeah, and John Sider too was also part of our zero gravity crew. He was out there and was nice enough to show us around Starbase in his Cybertruck too. But you can get really quite close to the facilities there, which is just awesome. So highly recommend.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Well, yeah. And then soon after, in February, we went out to ETH Denver, and this was around the time that we sent Mooney to the moon, which is pretty cool. And we actually had a really big, so like right when you enter into the main conference at ETH Denver, there's a really large video. You'll see me and Jade standing right out there in front of it. And they were looping all of the people that had contributed to this art project, which MoonDAO contributed to. And there's a whole video there that showed the the awesome video that was put together with MoonDAO and all these other on-chain communities that were part of this wallet that we sent to the moon. Yeah. And it's cool. We met all of the people from those different projects, like Miggles, and, like Elon RWA. Yeah, it was pretty fun. And we'll probably be out there next year as well. So yeah, any people going out to East Denver, let us know, and we'll meet up and scheme about what else we can send up to the moon. So this was part of a MoonDAO project where we went out to the Sea and Space London event in April. So this was organized by Christina Corp from Space for a Better World. And we've been working with Christina for a while, and she invited us to come speak and join the event. And yeah, you'll see me up there looking fancy with my button down and all that. But it was really cool because it was a sort of this like merger of the space community with the sea community, or the ocean community. And it was interesting to see all the parallels between those two worlds, and the people that support or are dedicating their lives to those two domains. But yeah, it was really interesting. A bunch of astronauts were there. Yeah, Nicole was there, Doug was there, a lot of the people that we flew in 0G. So Charlie Duke, of course, yeah. So yeah, it was a really cool event. But yeah, we'll keep moving along. Ryan, I'll let you take this one because Ryan was there in person for Art Rocket.
Yeah, September was pretty epic. We had this incredible Art Rocket project in Brazil, brought to the MoonDAO community by Anastasia. It was a joint effort between MoonDAO and the Unity Foundation to travel across Brazil, 4 different countries in 10 days, visiting hospitals, kids with cancer, adults with cancer as well, who painted their dreams to be sent to space aboard the Soyuz rocket launch that we'll talk about here in a minute. But yeah, it was really amazing to be on the ground there, connect with a really passionate space community. And like the top right photo here was a little beach get-together gathering that we had in Rio, and we had, I think, 12 to 15 people from the local community that came out to hang out with us, hang out with the astronauts. Of course, we were joined by Iman from our side, and Russian cosmonaut Denise, who was there. But yeah, it was, I don't know, we talked to hundreds of kids, hundreds of university students, high school students, and also just the cancer patients, doing really good work. I think it was honestly one of the more like profound or impactful projects that I've had the chance to be involved with at MoonDAO. We've done a lot of really cool, epic things, but this is definitely up there, and for doing good in the world too is cool. But yeah, shout out to everyone who was on the ground. Shout out to William, of course, who was our logistics person on the ground, also became a MoonDAO citizen. We've grown the MoonDAO community a fair bit since the Brazil project, or as a result of the Brazil project. I think we have 6 or 7 citizens now there too, and got to meet up with some other local legends like Julio from Habitat Marte during the trip, who's been part of the MoonDAO community for a while now. But it was just good to, put a face to a name in person and make these IRL connections and make them stronger too. So all sorts of little things can bloom out of these types of encounters in the future. We just, who would have thought we'd be doing something like this when MoonDAO kicked off how many years ago? 3 years ago, or almost 4 years ago. Right? Yeah. So, but yeah, really cool experience, and hopefully we can continue to increase our impact and outreach in Brazil.
Awesome. We'll keep moving it along. So yeah, this was back in September, just a few months ago. We did the documentary premiere for Iman's documentary. It was really cool. We also Iman hosted a party after the premiere as well, and he hosted in his house, and met a lot of people in Iman's community, his family. It was really nice. It was very very wholesome, and just awesome to see kind of like the real world impact that Iman has had. And I think the documentary captures that really well, especially the impact that he's had locally within his community, and sort of his story coming to Nashville, his family. I think it was a really, really well done video. And we also had a little meetup of MoonDAO folks that were out there in Nashville. So it was cool. So a few
with
citizens.
Austin. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. This was like a week after the Brazil trip too, which was a whirlwind kind of September for Iman, especially. Right after Brazil, fly back home, do the documentary premiere, and yeah, really cool.
Yeah, and it was fun just hanging out with Iman for a little while. I don't really get the opportunity to hang out with him. I think it was really the first time that he hosted me in his house, which was really really kind of him. So got to hang out with him quite a bit, and yeah, I kind of walked away from that just feeling really awesome that that the person that MoonDAO helped send to space is just a really great person. So it was cool. All right, Ryan, I'll let you take this one.
Yeah, November, DevConnect, the whole kind of Ethereum ecosystem converged in Buenos Aires, our Argentina. I speak Spanish, but it was cool to meet up with a few folks from the MoonDAO community. I met up with a couple citizens. We've got Eric Mickey here, a little selfie with me and Eric, and a couple guys from Cyprus there. Great to finally put a face to the name there. A couple of other folks from the MoonDAO community, but we also had a couple small talks. There were different like hubs throughout. It was a massive complex. I mean, it's like a state fair, World's Fair type thing with, I don't know, 4 something massive buildings with different lecture halls or display areas or little community hubs, as you can see in the middle right photo there. This was the Future Cities Hub, where people were kind of discussing network states and crypto cities and pop-up cities. Did a little mini roundtable talk there with some folks about MoonDAO and what we're working on. Also had the chance to showcase Iman's documentary that was just mentioned from the premiere there in Nashville. Was also featured on the outdoor theater. Unfortunately, we went up right against the time when Vitalik was talking, but it's cool meeting up with other folks that we've been either connected with or talking to for a while. Folks at CryoDAO, Juicebox, got to meet up with Django for the first time too. So yeah, overall, it was just a really cool opportunity to kind of see what folks are building, where kind of what's being talked about in the ETH ecosystem, and you never know where these kind of things will go in the future. But I think it's important that MoonDAO shows up and is represented at things like ETH Denver, DevConnect in any kind of small capacity too, just to we've been really striving to increase our presence and onboard people in the space community, but sometimes we might neglect a little bit of that Web3 side of things, but we're really showcasing how we are bringing people on chain and doing it in a real and impactful way, and having an impact on the real world with some of these amazing projects we've been doing. So it's just cool to connect with people, and some people are like surprised. You're like, wow, I haven't heard of people being sent to space thanks to ETH and a DAO.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, and I've never been to Buenos Aires, Argentina, but I always hear awesome things. So cool to go out there. All right, we'll keep moving along. I think before we get into this one, I think it's cool to have all these other events that we've talked about. Either Ryan or myself were there, but this was an event where neither Ryan or myself were there. And I just wanted to take a moment. It's really cool. It's really awesome to see like the MoonDAO community, like, you know, coming together and hosting dinners and getting together without Ryan or I there, which is cool. It's cool to see kind of the sort of autonomy start to materialize. So
Yeah, I think it's super cool too. Like there's a photo here in the bottom right with a dinner that the Unity folks and MoonDAO folks all got together, but with a couple MoonDAO citizens on the ground there in Moscow too, Rena and Alexei there. So these are folks that I haven't had the chance to meet in person, but have been involved and are citizens in the MoonDAO community now for a while, but they got to meet up with Trent and William and Julio, who are kind of MoonDAO citizens who traveled out there. So it's like they got to, I love looking at the map, the globe that we have on the website, kind of scrolling around and seeing where we have different MoonDAO citizens around the world, and then being able to have folks from the U.S. and Brazil go out there and connect with a couple of these folks who are on the map there is just really cool. And of course, yeah, I was jealous that I wasn't there. It was an amazing experience for sure. Trent and William shared kind of in more details last week, which was really cool to hear. But it was right around the time of Dev Connect in Buenos Aires too, in any case. But yeah, I hope we can see more of these meetups and get-togethers between MoonDAO citizens and the MoonDAO community around the world. I mean, if you're listening or interested in hosting anything in the city, where you live or where you're going, use the map, connect with other people. Let's grow these little hubs and nodes around the world. Because yeah, space is kind of a niche topic. A lot of places there isn't like a huge space interest unless you're like living in the Space Coast or one of these other traditional space hubs. So it's really cool to be able to connect with other like-minded people, no matter where you are, whether you're in Rio or San Francisco or Medellin, Colombia. So yeah, I just think it's awesome, and I'm super glad that Rena and Alexi and all them decided to put this kind of event together and host folks there on this epic trip to see the art rocket launch.
Totally. Yeah, I'm jealous too. I hope to see. I mean, I think it's awesome to see like all of these children's art go up to space on the outside of a rocket. I don't think that's ever happened in the U.S. I hope that we will see that maybe replicated or something in the U.S. too, because it's such a cool, unique concept, and I think really inspiring. So really cool to see that from Russia. Awesome. All right. Well, so this is our main way of interfacing with the community, often is through these town halls. We wanted to also add some stats here just around the number of town halls we've done. We know it's over 40 because we've done almost one of these every single week, except for like a couple holidays. We're almost here at the end of the year. So it might be higher, it might be more like 45. For people that tune in every week, thanks for tuning in. It's cool to have you guys here and interacting with the community, leaving comments and jumping in the Discord and all of that. But so around half of those we've had interviews with people at the beginning of each of these town halls, and we've had some really awesome guests. We've really had a ton of awesome guests. We've listed like 6 there, but I mean, there's people that aren't on that list, like I don't know, Pete Warden, who's an absolute legend, and many others that But yeah, we've done talks with Frank White. Obviously, we work with him a good amount. Chris Stott, Ian Long did one recently. Chris Brodsky, Jonathan McDowell, Andy Aldrin. Some really, really cool people in the space world. And then we've also had great conversations with people in the crypto world as well. All the videos and all the interviews are on our YouTube, and yeah, they're all recorded, they're all there. So if anyone ever wants to check out any of those talks, go and check them out. Yeah, maybe at some point we'll categorize them and pull them out into just like an interview series that'll be in a playlist or something like that. But there's really been just a ton of awesome knowledge, or kind of people that have shared really, really interesting anecdotes with us, or things that have happened that, like, I mean, yeah, a lot of it is very mind-blowing, and we're always honored to have cool guests that join us and just, talk shop or talk whatever about their, stuff that interests them, stuff that interests us. So yeah.
Let us know who you want to hear from too in 2026. Obviously, we're going to work on getting more awesome guests and conversations lined up for next year throughout the year. But if there are space folks that you want to hear from, please do let us know. It's always good to hear maybe some names or people that we're not thinking of or not necessarily on our radar at this time. So yeah, Pablo, kudos to you for some, guiding some amazing conversations over the year. Yeah, these are just 6 of the 20 plus names. So yeah, so many good nuggets of wisdom that were dropped throughout the year. And it's cool to see like somebody like Frank White too, who's now leading his own project within the MoonDAO community. So he kind of came in first as a guest speaker and telling us about his experience, and we managed to get him, more involved, just registering as a citizen, but actually leading a project, which is cool to see.
Totally. Yeah. All right. So here's a little summary slide, or kind of some of the, just wrapping a bow on the presentation. So yeah, this year we launched and grew the Space Acceleration Network. Yes, technically it was like end of 2024 when we launched it, but this year was really kind of like the main year that it's only been around like a year. And we've grown it to over 160 people from all over the world. We've got 20 organizations that have created a team, and so that's been really huge for us. It's been a massive undertaking to build these sort of tools. We funded 12 projects, and given those projects over $180,000. It's a huge amount of money. And again, I will note one more time, the deadline is January 15th for submissions for projects. So keep that in mind. We raised $10,000 with our Launchpad demo. It's a small step, but it really represents a huge leap for our community. Building that has also been a very big undertaking. There's a lot to it, a lot to that sort of stuff, and so I'm really proud of the whole team and everything we've been able to accomplish with that. And then I think that number is actually wrong, because we did dig up a few more events, the number of IRL events. So I think by my count that was 6, if memory serves. Or so yeah, we went above and beyond in IRL events, which is cool. So yeah, looking forward, our main initiative is going to be to have our big fundraiser with Launchpad. So that's going to be kind of our first real big public push with it, and we've been laying a lot of the foundation or the groundwork for that. I'll mention it one more time. I think maybe the 3rd or 4th time, but repetition. January 15th is the deadline for submitting projects. So check it out. There's a good amount of money up for grabs there. If you have a cool idea, MoonDAO does fund these ideas. And I guess the 3rd bullet point there is scale. But yeah, we have 20 teams that have onboarded using the team system that we've built, and we hope to keep growing that number. And yeah, this year, 2026, will really be about growth. We've kind of gone 0 to 1 with this network, and now we want to go 1 to 100. So yeah. All right. One more time. January 15th, governance deadline. Just one more
Big
time.
letters. Nobody will miss it.
Big letters.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you all. I told Ryan that I could make it through this presentation in like 10 minutes. Ended up being like 40 minutes. So sorry about that, guys. Rambling, but
There's a lot to cover. We did a lot. That's just a glimpse, basically, a little kind of summary of what we did, but it really, it kind of gives the Carmen line picture, but there's a lot of details that we glossed over. Everything that we've, done and struggled through and accomplished. I mean, we didn't even talk about things like the amount of lines of code that were covered, or, there were other metrics that we were trying to get in here too that are also, there's a lot of work done. I think we're in a great place to, I think 2026 is going to be even bigger and better. It's my projection.
Yeah, we've there's some other stuff that other metrics like Ryan's talking about. Also with the treasury, we're actually building a little bit of Colin's put together a really awesome little informational dashboard that shows treasury growth year over year or quarter over quarter, revenue within the DAO, and kind of like tracking those metrics, which are going to be a huge focus for us. I mean, they are a focus for us, and they'll continue to be an even bigger focus for us next year as we're like really focused on growth. But yeah, I don't know how many, hundreds of thousands of lines of code have been created and destroyed between, Colin and Jade and Miguel. But yeah, it's been really awesome seeing our website really mature. That's probably another thing that's been a really big change over the last year, is that we've kind of in some ways completed a lot of the core features in the website, and so we took the time to really organize things, refactor things, optimize stuff. There's a whole new navigation. When you sign in as a citizen, there's a whole dashboard that was created that's very in-depth. There's stuff that we've done also even on the financial side. We've added more liquidity on mainnet, on Arbitrum. We've added liquidity pools where fees are routed to stakers within the community. So, and that's like a lot of infrastructure that is online, but will be kind of heavily used, especially as we go into this new phase with the Launchpad that uses a lot of this cool financial infrastructure that we've built. So yeah, we've laid a foundation, and yeah, it's been a big year. We've done a lot of stuff. So hard to pack it all into one presentation, but yeah.
Totally. Awesome. Thank you, Pablo, for this great overview of 2025. And yeah, obviously we're stoked to get more people involved. If you're watching here, you want to bring a project forward, you have cool ideas, this is a place to kind of bring your ideas and hopefully make them happen with less bureaucracy, less overhead. So yeah, just keep growing. But cool. Anything else, Pablo, before we switch gears?
No, that's it from me. Yeah. All right, 45 minutes. I a little bit long, but yeah. Thanks everyone. Yeah, excited to hear from the projects.
Cool. Yeah, thank you, Pablo. Sweet. Yeah, we'll switch gears here into project roundtable updates. We've got a few folks here, but I guess just quickly before we do that, I just want to highlight to our community that, yeah, again, we'll have the next 2 weeks off from town halls, so we'll basically be regrouping here more or less at the beginning of the year, probably basically January 5th, but the deadline for submitting final reports for this quarter for Q4 is going to be January 6th. So this is for any active projects that want to submit for awards for this cycle. And also this is for community contributions. So all of you citizens out there who are watching, any of your independent work related to MoonDAO, related to space, related to our mission, you can submit that work with proof of work, basically links to what you did, whether it's social media posts or research or what have you, as a contribution to the MoonDAO community, and then you will get rewarded by the MoonDAO community according to the votes. So yeah, that's the same date, January 6th. Please get in your independent community contributions. You can go to moondao.com/contribute to get those in. And then basically we'll have our next town hall on January 8th. And that will actually be our kind of final reports and demo day. So the projects that were completed here during Q4 will be highlighting their work on that date, presenting it forward to the MoonDAO community, the voters, for retroactive awards that will be distributed according to the vote results. And yeah, once again, if you have a project that you're looking to launch for Q1 and our new seasonal governance cycle, we have this new kind of hard deadline for January 15th to get that submission in. And that will be your window of opportunity to join this first cohort in Q1 of 2026. And there won't be another window until the beginning of April. So yeah, if you do have a project, please start ideating on them over the holidays, over the beginning of the new year, and draft those together, or draft it so we can get that process going. But yeah, those are the pertinent dates. Cool. We will switch to project roundtable updates. I don't know who we got to join first. Anybody want to volunteer? Turn their camera on. Cool. Hey, Kara, how are you?
I'm doing really well. Very impressive to see all the summaries, and once again, congrats on everything. Everything's in full swing, and I think we're going to have a really exciting kickoff to 2026. So I know we've got a little short time. I'll keep it quick here. First of all, excited to see all the votes. I was just checking. We have initiated a vote that's been running for now a week about the potential name for our new AI agent for MoonDAO. And it looks like we've got 41 votes, with it tied at 24%, with 10 votes each for the names Laika and Luna. So we've got 7 more days to vote. I encourage you to do so if you haven't already. And then I think that will probably be, in the spirit of the DAO, that will be the name, is who's the winner. Unless maybe anybody, points out something I'm not sure about, like legal sides of things. I'm positive, imagine there would be another Luna agent somewhere, and potentially Laika, and maybe all of these names. But one thought is putting the name agent before that, or we'll do a little bit of market research and seeing like what else is out there. But so that is kind of what's happening. Is the main focus now is getting this agent over to you guys, and it's been tested in Telegram, being in process of being tested basically over the next 7 days, but it's been pre-tested, so it's able to have the functionality of matchmaking and asking you, kind of like onboarding you into the agent, asking a bit about you. What are your interests? What are your goals? What types of people would you like to connect with? Where do you live? What are your digital social profiles? And also, what events are you going to upcoming? So that's a sampling of, that's pretty much what V1 does at its most basic level. And then you can go back and edit your profile after that. And so we'll be testing this in a Telegram group. So I'll probably be reaching out to you guys again, the same groups of people that have been engaging with me. Thank you for doing the one-on-one chats and voting on things like this. So would love to reach out to you again and see if you can be a part of testing the agent before we roll it out to all of Discord. And also mentioning, a strong goal is bringing people into being a citizen, encouraging them to do so, and utilizing this agent to showcase the benefits of MoonDAO too. The agent's going to give more access to more things, including citizen matchmaking, when you're officially a citizen. So we want to differentiate the benefits of access types that one gets to, along with this agent, but utilize it also as an educational and onboarding tool. That's the summary of what will be happening in V1. For future versions, if we continue on working together, if you guys, take the agent and continue to develop it yourselves, definitely feels like we could do a lot of cool stuff with bringing the missions together in there and, creating projects. And then, so that's what's kind of full focus right now is this agent, along with the analytics dashboard. So should have for you in 2 weeks. When we revisit at the beginning of the year, I'll plan to demo the agent for you and do a little visual if we have time. And then the same thing with this analytics dashboard. So yeah, it's kind of a technical sprint here until the new year so that we can get these things activated for MoonDAO at the beginning of the year. I think that's pretty much it for me.
Cool. Yeah, exciting to see all the turnout for the vote on the agent. I don't know, we could consider doing like a top 3 type new vote too in the new year, but it's up to you, of course, just because it was a long list of choices, I guess. But yeah, excited to see the AI agent come together too. So, thanks, Karen.
Thank you.
All right, see you. Cool. I'll invite Vartan. Hey, Vartan, how are you?
Hi, I'm awesome. How are you guys?
Doing good. Any updates? I guess we did.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say a huge thanks to Pablo and you recapping all the events that have been this whole year. Amazing slides, videos, and achievements. Yeah, really great job you did, and this year was huge, and hoping like the next year will be much even bigger, and a lot of positive things also.
Thanks, man.
About the project, so yeah, so as mostly of guys can see now, we started to uploading videos from the Art Rocket project in Instagram and I guess in YouTube also. We have already reached like more than 3,000 views in Instagram. I hope the next will make more so we can share our achievements there. And also want to say one more time that the media, if we didn't have photos or videos of the events, we can say we haven't been there. But since we can have some footage and making like, in a short like promo video, it will help a lot, not even as a, I don't know, archive, but also like, telling people like, look, you can look like this for 1 minute, 2 minutes and see what we've done. And like the pictures amazing, the things, and they will understand more faster than you can explain even. So yeah, mostly end up with other reels and videos from Brazil now. Started doing with the interview Eamon at that Habitat Marte, trying to combine all his past and the question that was on the interview to making like just some kind of video interview with Eamon, some of his past, his thoughts, how he was feeling at the Art Rocket project time being there. And it's taking a lot of time, but I think we'll be done at the end of the year. Yeah.
You've done and are doing great work editing together these videos. Totally agree that it's a great way to like just understand and grok like the big complex chaotic project that was the Brazil project. And a couple minutes, the last video that we uploaded here this week got pretty great response and engagement from the community, and it kind of captures the whole week more or less, the whole 10 days in a couple minutes, which is cool to see. And yeah, excited to get more of these out to the community finally.
Yeah, awesome.
Cool. Thank you, Vartan.
Thank you.
Yeah, later. Cool. Invite Roy up on stage. Hey, Roy, you there? Hey, you are muted. There we go.
Is this much better? Can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you now. How's it going, Roy? Good to see you.
Good. Good, Ryan. Pleasure's all mine. How are you?
Good. How are things going with the Lunar open source project?
Well, a lot is getting done. Quite interesting work that we're doing, but I'll be getting to that within a minute. I wanted to really commend you and Pablo on the amazing wrap that you developed. I think that was really, really interesting. Getting into Insight, because I think I joined within Q3, coming to Q4. So getting to know the progress of MoonDAO throughout the year has been quite fascinating, and we can only say it's only getting bigger and better for now, definitely, and how you're pushing.
Yeah, it's a great way to get people up to speed, I guess, if they're joining more recently, like you. Yeah, thank you for the comments.
Definitely. We have a few updates, and last week, I and my team member Stefan, we became citizens of MoonDAO, which was really, really great. With pushing our research and also getting centralized and getting vast with the tools of MoonDAO. I believe when you become a member, there are much more experiences that open up to you and the like. We've also prepared interview questions, and we are looking out for more other rover innovators to participate within our survey. We have at least 5 potential users of LoRS within the pipeline, which is really, really great, which means we get to have off-takers of the technology so that we get to check out its maturity date, while it's still within development. And we're also able to test within the market and also create a very customer-centric product. We've also created a page on X, and please, or for the people on MoonDAO, kindly follow us at LORS on Twitter and on Artisan for our fundraising, and we'll be also setting up a Giveth page. And finally, we've also arranged an interview with Sky and its Futura, and we have more coming. I think you know Sky, and we're also looking in touch to get to arrange another interview with more rover innovators and more rover teams, from students to commercial and industry, and many others. So there was someone, I think, through the last presentation from Australia who was on MoonDAO and mentioned that they have a team there. We're looking for such people and such teams, so please reach out to us. We'll be glad to sit down and have a conversation with you and develop this technology with you, and also share it with you for you to deploy it and pilot it and be able to give us feedback, much better. So that's it from the LoRS team, and regards from the entire team. Yeah, that's been much about it.
Awesome. Thank you, Roy. I met Sky and Dev Connect in Buenos Aires. I know she's working on some open source or rover there, so it's cool to get her connected with you all. Hopefully we can get her more integrated with the MoonDAO community and the project, of course. So glad to hear you guys were able to connect. But thank you.
Yeah, definitely. All right, thank you too.
Cool. Awesome. We'll invite Daniel up on stage. Daniel, are you there?
Hey, yes, I am. Hey, Ryan. And congratulations to you and Pablo and everybody else on the wonderful year. It looks really good.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a wild year. Amazing community. Thanks to all of you guys for great projects.
I didn't thank you personally for this yet, but thank you also for making that connection to Lakshmi the other day. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to learning about all the cool stuff that she's doing as well. I hope there's some. It looks like there is some real.
I think there will be some great synergies between you two. So those are two teams in the network. So glad that we can start to make those connections between teams and between other people. That's kind of the
You know,
whole idea there.
it's really appreciated. It was a really pleasant surprise to get that email. So thank you.
Awesome.
The news on my end. So it's logistical, it's legal, it's financial, and it's a little frustrating. So on the logistical and legal side of things, as you know, we had some issues clarifying activities with the German government to progress things there, that bounced things back to us a couple of times. And the bad news is that they bounced it back again. The good news is that we've been given a very, very specific, basically a marching orders of what to write and how, and when resubmitting the paperwork. So yeah, it's bad news, good news. So we go into this like resubmission process with, like, you know, as close to 100% certainty that it'll go through the other end as we can possibly get. Otherwise we would just register. I mean, this is a process that's been dragging on now for about sort of 4 or 5 months on our end. So like before we submitted for the MoonDAO funding, obviously. So it's quite frustrating, but we think this is the last hurdle. They're being quite nice and cooperative and as helpful as they can be. The other side of the equation is the funding. Obviously, we've updated in previous rounds or previous town hall meetings that because of the value of ETH dropping, we weren't able to afford the costs that we had like listed in the application. I mentioned last time that I'd likely secured some gap funding. That is still the case. And it should be enough to account for the fact that the price of ETH has dropped even further, or once again, in the last 1 or 2 weeks. That won't come through though until sort of mid-January. So we're looking at resubmitting, and things kind of like hopefully all aligning around like mid to late January. That does obviously have implications for the project. Not overall, because as previously discussed, it's a 5-quarter project. But it does mean that what we're able to achieve in this quarter is very, very limited. And so, you mentioned like submitting project reports earlier. We will obviously do that. But I think, just being reasonable, we should take ourselves out of contention for any, potential retroactive rewards, just to be fair, because I don't think we've actually achieved what we wanted to, and certainly not what was expected in this quarter because of those, combination of issues. So that's what we'll be. That's what I'd like to do, whether there's a formal process for that or whether it's just saying as much here and making sure that it's considered by the board. That's
yeah, that makes sense. Totally understandable. I mean, yeah, we try to make things, relatively smooth and easy in terms of getting projects funded and going forward without much bureaucracy and all that. But unfortunately, in some cases, you do have to, encounter the bureaucracy of the real world, which delays things at times. So, yeah, but we can keep chatting about what will be the best path forward, obviously, in January, and what that looks like. It probably makes more sense to submit more of the final report at the end of Q1 once kind of these open questions have been resolved, I would assume, but we can always chat more.
Yeah, Dan, thanks for the understanding.
Cool. All right, thank you, Dan. Cool. So it looks like that is all of the in-person final report, or not final reports, but roundtable project updates we have this week. I know Frank is in the air flying today. Yeah, I'll let him, update on things when we come back. But I know there's been progress made. We've had some small meetings with flight providers and whatnot internally, and things are moving forward with the overview effect comparison project. And yeah, I think Alex, I know they're working on, Astra's got their kind of gap funding, normal kind of fiat fundraiser out there. So do check that out. I believe it's been shared in the Discord too, which is kind of an ongoing thing. And I know things are going to kick off into a little bit higher gear in early January with them. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us today for this final town hall of 2025. I hope you enjoyed the retrospective, the look back, the MoonDAO Wrapped. Yeah, I thought it was really cool just to look back and see everything that we've worked on personally as we're working on putting this little mini presentation together. Yeah, again, January 6th, final reports and final community contributions from all you citizens out there for independent work that you've done over the past 3 months. Please do submit. We've got a rewards pool out there, a decently sized rewards pool. And every quarter we send out, a decent chunk of money for work that you've been doing. So get in those contributions and start getting to work on drafting your project proposals. Hopefully we see some really cool ideas come forward for Q1. We won't be funding every project that comes through. Again, there'll be like a threshold. So it'll be the top 50% of projects that get voted on by the MoonDAO community that eventually get approved and go forward. So it's a new and interesting, I think it's going to be we'll get a better signal in terms of governance priorities, and we can all focus and coalesce around certain initiatives once they get approved by the MoonDAO community. So looking forward to it. It might require some small tweaks and whatnot in terms of those thresholds going forward, but we can evaluate that as time goes on. In any case, yeah, less than a month to go. So get those project proposals submitted into ideation and start drafting them up over the holidays. And yeah, happy holidays for those who celebrate, and happy New Year. We will see you here again in 3 weeks from today for our final reports and demo day. So peace. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome to MoonDAO, a revolutionary governance model and mission-oriented community that's reshaping collaboration in the space industry. Our mission is to create a self-sustaining, self-governing settlement on the moon to act as a launch point into the cosmos. MoonDAO is governed like a nation, with its own economy, constitution, voting system, treasury, elections, and senate, but internet native, and so without the limitations of geography. In 2022, we sent our first member to space, showcasing our model's capacity for real-world impact. Now, we're implementing key solutions for global collaboration in the space industry. We offer a borderless, permissionless platform that enables everyday people to participate in the future of space development and exploration. Be part of our lunar legacy and join the MoonDAO movement today.